Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I'll call this meeting to order. Rob, please call the roll. Thanks, Kevin. You saved me on that one.
Mr. Hannah.
Here.
Mr. Avery.
Here.
Mr. Whitaker.
Here.
Mr. Bear.
Here.
Mrs. Sweet.
Here.
Ms. Least.
Here.
So all members of council are present. This is a special meeting, not a regular session of the Enon Village Council, but a special session. We'll have a hearing that will open up here in just a second to hear Planning Commission case number 24-02. Again, the only business discussed tonight will be pertaining to this. So before we do that, Kevin, why don't you go ahead and give council a staff update?
Alrighty. All right, the Planning Commission originally met March 19th for this rezoning issue. 15 days notice was given to the paper and the property owners within 300 feet. Packets to the board and letters to the owner were also delivered. They met and they decided to, well, we can talk about that later, but to have a special, make their recommendations to council, which is tonight. So the special meeting, May 7th, 15 days notice in the newspaper again, and to the property owners within 100 feet. And it was also put it on the website and Facebook as well. Case background, a letter was submitted from Walter and Sherry Adkins, property owners of 307 Coronado Trail. The property owner has requested the property be rezoned from single-family residential to multifamily residential. The ordinance for single-family residential, 1142.01, is listed there. R1 through R4 single-family residential established are intended to be the most restrictive of the residential districts. The intent is to provide for the environment and predominantly low-density one-family detached dwellings along with other residentially related facilities which serve the residents of the district. Two-family residential district, 1143.01, intent, R5 single and two-family residential district is established, intended to afford the transition of use in existing housing areas by permitting new construction or conversion of existing structures between low-density residential and commercial office or higher density residential thoroughfares, on and on and on. Let's see here. That is the picture of the subject property.
Looks nice.
That's an aerial view. It's on the corner of Grand Valley and Coronado. And that's where we are.
So just to fill in from the Planning Commission standpoint, that meeting on March 19th, we had received legal opinion from our solicitor, Mr. Paul Cavanaugh, but had not had enough time, the opportunity to really review that. So that's why the second meeting was called for April 2nd. And there was much discussion that took place. And basically, the rezoning request is not part of an overall approved plan to integrate two-family dwellings in a single-family dwelling neighborhood. So we don't have any plan in place to do that, and thus it would be considered spot zoning. So after a lot of discussion on the topic, it was voted on by the commission, and it was unanimous not to approve the rezoning from R2 to R5. So at this point, I will open up the public hearing part and accept any comments from the public. Okay, no comments. Then we will close the public hearing part and comments from council for staff or anybody. Comments, questions? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion by council if they are prepared to do a vote, but entertain a motion to, let's start off with approving the Planning Commission's decision of not rezoning.
So moved.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
I did talk to Mr. Kavanaugh about the voting process on this, since there are a few council people in the vicinity. He did let me know that Miss Sweet probably would have to abstain since she lives at the property. Jeremy and Cindy would be okay to vote, so.
Thank you, Kevin. Any other discussion?
Just clarifying what the vote will be, yay or nay off of it. Remember, we had it backwards when we,
Yeah, so this would be to uphold the decision of the planning commission, and their decision was to deny the rezoning. So this would be to uphold that decision.
So the motion before the council is to affirm the planning commission decision dated April 2.
April 2nd, yes. Any other discussion, questions? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Least,
Yes. Here.
Ms. Sweet,
Abstain.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. Avery,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah.
yes.
So that decision has been upheld, and with no further business,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned. Thanks for coming.
Who did you give the second to?